Okay, boring, boring, boring. No one cares about plants when they're trying to look how babies are made. This is where it starts to get a little interesting. Man, that exposure is crazy. Good morning. Happy Thursday.
We had sandwiches for breakfast with like peanut butter, which is made out of peanuts, so you like smash it and like...
Who made the bread?
Stuff.
Look at that little thing with that purple tank top. So I was sitting right here. I'm in the bathroom and I was doing my business and I look over here and I see, you see that right there? There's a book under the sink. Now let me pause for a second and say, this is a great book. I bought this book at a used bookstore. How babies are made. Look at that art. It's like cutout collage. I'll just show you some of my favorite illustrations. It talks about flowers, reproduction. What's going on here? Okay, check this out. Yes, now we're getting somewhere. So we got the fertilized rooster. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Aha. Action shot. Okay, boring. 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 Okay, anyways. This book for us is safe enough to have around this house, but what I'm wondering right now is why is it under the sink? As parents, we have this opportunity a lot where you stumble across something and there's this decision and something feels a little bit off. You know, you might see internet browsing history, or you might see something like this that's like sexual, or a candy wrapper lying around. What would you do if you were in my shoes right now and you found this? My tendency is to say, let's get on with my day and forget about this. Or I don't even make that decision, life just happens. But sexuality for us, for Cammie and I, is a really big deal. It impacts a lot of our life right now, both in positive ways and negative ways. It's just really important. It's how we make babies, it's how we connect, it's how we hurt each other. Biggest issue with our sexual past was secrecy. We had issues, but the stuff that happened to us, I don't think was as important, was the fact that both of us kept secret from our parents and other people around us the things that were very formative to us. So this is a big deal for us with our kids. So I'm gonna make a big deal of this. Not because I wanna shame a child, but because I wanna say, hey, if this is something that you are interested in, we don't want you to keep it a secret. So I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna talk to the kids and find out, to the best of my ability, who was looking at this and who hid it. And this is the punchline. I think it is our responsibility as parents to meet our kids where they are at. It's not their responsibility to come to us and ask us questions. We need to be aware and caring enough to figure out, you know what? It's normal for a 7-year-old to have these questions and to be scared and to hide them. And we can just let them hide and be scared, or we can pursue them and kind of draw them out. And I think that is our job. And it's a hard job to do it sensitively enough where it's not shame-based, but it's care-based. But it's scary. Here I go. All right, hey kids, I need to talk to you for a second. So I f***ed that one up. And I said, hey kids, which of you read this book? And what I was gonna say was, you don't have to tell me now, you can come tell me privately. But before I could say that, one of our kids was like, it was me. Without realizing or intending to, they were totally embarrassed in front of the other kids. So I just spent the last 30 minutes talking to that child and saying, listen, you're not in trouble. You don't need to be embarrassed. And I just asked them, why did you hide this book? And that's the good stuff. That's where parents can help the most. Kids can learn about sex from wherever the hell they want. They can type it on the internet and find it in 2.5 seconds. They can find out from a neighbor kid. They can find out from a weird dysfunctional family member like I did. But dealing with the shame and secrecy and learning that they're normal and okay, that is where a parent is really special. The reason why parents are so special in this particular area is because we can use our own personal experience and say, hey, I was just like that, and it's hard, and it's okay, and we don't love you any less, and no one else can do that the same way a parent can.
Part of me wants to be like, dang it, Ben, why did you do that? Because I can just feel the like shame our child feels now. So,
and I did make a mistake.
So I want to say to you, I'm sorry for accusing you in my heart. Another way to look at this would be, man, it's really cool that you saw this and you took action on it. Yeah, maybe you did it in not the best way, but you did it. And I grew up, my parents didn't talk to me about sex. They handed me a videotape or whatever, not videotape, that's weird. A cassette tape.
You got a videotape? That sounds sweet. I think our child will be okay in this instance. I apologize to them. I said, I'm really sorry that I should have been more sensitive in how I approach this. And one thing to acknowledge is when a book is hidden under a sink, there's already shame. You know, I didn't create that. We might have facilitated it, and it might be there from other stuff we did, but today, it was actually the shame and the secrecy that I wanted to deal with. So I would do the same thing if I saw hidden candy wrappers or hidden food. You know, for some people, it's not sex that they hide. It's their eating, or it's being on Facebook. You know, someone walks in and I have a tendency, I want to close the browser because I don't want people to know that I'm on Facebook or YouTube or watching this vlog. Secrets will kill you. That's what we believe.
Yeah.
And I'm done with them in my life. I don't have secrets. I can honestly say that. Most of my life was not that way.
It was really beautiful hearing our child say, oh, it was me that read it. There's something that really actually stirred in me when I saw them do that, because I never could have done that as a child.
I wouldn't have told the truth. Are you kidding me? I would have been like, what? What sex? I have no idea.
You did good work.
Thanks, babes.
It's okay.
You guys, we don't feel like reproduction should be, there should be shame around it. Or secrecy, or even mystery. I mean, there is mystery in a way, but there's enough mystery as it is that we don't need to create more by hiding stuff.
But I think it's our job as parents to take away as much shame as we can.
It's a beautiful thing, sex and reproduction, the biological aspects, the spiritual aspects, the relational aspects. And there's age appropriateness. You know, I'm not telling my 5-year-old about microphysics. Is that even a word? I don't even know, but I wouldn't, because it's stupid. But for my 5-year-old to know that sex exists and that babies come from the private parts of a woman and are made from a mother and father that love each other, we found that what's keeping us most of the time from talking to our kids is our own embarrassment and our own baggage, not looking out for the children's best interests. That just came out of nowhere. I saw this book and I was like, I don't want to film this.
I saw this under the sink, but I didn't like go to the next step in my mind of like, oh, someone's hiding it.
If I was a kid and I read this, I would have hit it. That's why I saw it just peeking out, and I was like.
This rabbit was born in January, and she just had her first litter of 4 babies, and they're actually like really fat. Like this one is like really fat.
We were just talking about comments, and Dove just had the idea. She said, you should let us kids answer the YouTube comment questions. So we said, all right, today's the day. If you guys have any questions for the kids about this video, this topic, or anything else, post it in the YouTube comments here, and the kids are gonna answer all the questions today. I am going to a very special lunch right now. Memory told me that she was inviting me to a lunch in my office, and I was supposed to dress up fancy. Going into my office. Ooh.
Name was Ithra.
What do we got here? Noodles. Brown butter, Mazithra cheese, my favorite, apples, and flowers. Where'd you get the flowers from?
The garden. Look at the leaf.
If I was gonna give a review for that lunch, I would give it 5 stars. We are leaving for our run. This is one of our first training runs to get ready for climbing Mount Rainier. So we're gonna be doing some stairs. It looks like it could be raining up there. Look at those clouds.
We just got back from our run. It's starting to sprinkle, and there's thunder and lightning. Crazy dark clouds behind me, but we beat the storm.
That's talking about like the size of, I think, an egg.